what's up? Like, totally time for 90210.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the 90210 show on Massive Late Fee. My name is Mark. With me as always is my girlfriend Carol. How you doing, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Much. It is July 10th? No. July 13th. It is July 13th.
It's the 12th.
No, it's the 13th. It's July 13th, 1995. Might be July 12th when we're recording, but it's July 13th when everyone's listening.
Right.
1995. And we're coming back at you with some more 90210.
It's actually July 11th when we're recording.
Okay, well, they don't need to know exactly what day we're recording this.
Just saying.
I was just covering the mistake at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's so hard to come up with the date, because we record these on different dates when they come out, so I have to think of what the date's going to be today, what the date is today, and what the date's going to be when this comes out.
And all that math is hard.
Wow.
If you could have seen his face.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're better at math.
I said it.
You're better at math than me. Good for you.
I think that you're better at, like, really complicated math, and I'm better at really simple math.
Do you?
Yeah.
So you think there's things you're better at than me?
I can compute small numbers faster than you.
I can think of one thing you're better at than me.
Yeah, I'm sure I am.
Tying your hair back.
Okay.
Because it's longer, you know?
Right.
Getting ready, just tying the hair back, making sure it's out of your
Do you want me to tie your hair back for you someday, honey? I can do that.
No.
Okay.
You don't know what I'm referencing, okay. So anyway, 90210.
I got it.
Are you sure?
I think so.
All right, anyway, 90210. This week, what do you got to say? Tell us. Bring us through the whole thing.
This week was a very Steve-heavy episode.
Oh, yeah. Oodles of Steve.
So any of you people out there who actually like him, you know, enjoyed this episode.
Steve heads. Or as we also call you, dickheads.
Right?
Because Steve's mostly a dick.
So he apparently has this rivalry with the kid that played his mom's son on her show.
Chuckie.
Yeah. And Chuckie now goes to West Beverly High.
Mm-hmm. Of course he does.
Because he got kicked out of every other private school.
Yeah, so now he's going to public school. He's slumming it in the richest public school in the country.
Right. Of course, he's got to give Steve a hard time. So he asks out Kelly. Now, do you think, because Kelly seemed to think that Chuckie just wanted to ask her out and it was fine.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty apparent that he asked her out to bother Steve.
Yeah, I think so. Also to have sex with her. I think he wanted, because he said, is she as good of a first date as everyone says?
But I mean, he's
trying to get action
to Steve, who was her boyfriend for like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the kind of thing you're saying because you want to get punched in the face.
I guess, yeah. I don't
know that he was really inquiring because he was planning on sleeping with her.
You don't think he was going to have sex with her?
Well, I'm sure he would have, but I almost think he would have been thinking about Steve. You know what I mean?
I'll be thinking of you the entire time, Steve. I don't think that's the insult you wanted to make.
Chuckie. Mm-hmm. Like the doll. What?
Are we going to start talking about Child's Play now?
Well, he did greet Steve by saying that he was back. Like the Child's Play doll.
He doesn't say that.
He said Chuckie's back. He doesn't, but Steve tells Brandon he said it.
I didn't understand that part because in the movie, Chuckie doesn't say "I'm back" or anything like that. Does he?
I don't know.
Why would he?
I don't know. Because he was making fun of The Shining.
I don't think so.
I think there is a scene where he makes fun of The Shining and says that I'm back or Chuckie's back or something like that.
Well, here's Johnny is the Shining thing.
I'll be back. That's Schwarzenegger. Shut up.
Yep, there's a scene in Child's Play. He appears naked, crouched, and says, "I'll be back."
Ew.
What?
I'm picturing the Chuckie doll naked.
Now we're on a list. Just because you said that out loud.
Ew. Okay. There's talk of a reunion show.
Yeah, for what's it called? Peyton Place? Faulty Towers. I don't remember the name of the show.
Oh, God, I don't remember either.
The show within a show.
But whatever, this stupid, cheesy family sitcom thing.
Oh, my God, it looks like the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, we get to see lots of little clips of it.
It looks like a bad cross between Webster and Small Wonder. It looks absolutely terrible.
Yeah, it's no bueno.
I thought I was just tasting Dad's cake for him.
Ugh.
It's like America's Funniest Home Videos. That's the level of humor it is.
Yeah. They want to bring this show back. They want to do a reunion episode. There's talk of syndication. And
yeah, first of all, what are you talking about? Why syndicate what? Either the show has enough episodes that they've already aired for it to go to syndication, or it doesn't. Doing a reunion show is not going to change that.
Couldn't it have enough episodes and not have gone to syndication? And then, because they do the reunion show, it will go to syndication because
of the hype of it?
Yeah.
I guess.
But here's the other thing, though. I'm pretty sure it already went to syndication because...
How's he watching it? Yeah.
Yeah, and people have talked about seeing it and stuff.
That's a good question. Maybe he's got tapes or something. I don't know. But
I don't know. It's weird, but... Mom?
Yeah, the mom needs it because her career's in trouble, but it's like, that's not a good career move.
Right?
Let me do one reunion show of a shitty sitcom I was in 10 years ago. How's that going to jumpstart your career?
Right.
Maybe play a supporting role in a movie that actually might get Oscar buzz or be critically acclaimed or something like that. Show your actual acting range and then go from there.
Yeah. She's very much convinced, though, that this is it. This is the thing that's going to save her.
Yeah. Henry Winkler, the only thing that's holding Fonzie back is them doing a Happy Days reunion.
She is having Chuckie over to dinner. Mm-hmm. Because
He's
guess
his friend till the end.
But I mean, she wants him and Steve to have dinner with her. Like, why? Like, they don't get along.
The whole point is that him saying yes to this reunion, that's the only thing holding it up.
Right.
As long as he'll say yes, then the reunion show is a go. Mm-hmm. And he's on the fence about it. And she's trying to schmooze him and convince him when that should really be the job of producers. Like the people that actually stand to gain a lot financially from this. She talks about syndication and doing this thing like, oh, I really need this money. Did she produce this show? Right. Maybe she created the show. I don't know. Maybe she was the showrunner and executive producer as well as being the star. But the producers are the ones that stand to make a lot of money off syndication and things like that. She'll get residuals if she was just the star. And now that I'm thinking about it, maybe she did produce the show. I don't know. But if she was just the star, she would get, royalty checks and everything from it airing in syndication. Not like it would be a ton of money, but it'd be something. Mm-hmm. But the producers are the ones that make the bulk of the money off those kind of deals.
Okay. You know what's weird? It's like I was going to say, maybe they just didn't understand, but obviously the people writing the episode understand these things.
They should. They work in Hollywood.
Right. But I don't know why she thinks sitting down to dinner with her and Steve is going to make this
When has anyone ever used Steve to charm someone into doing something they want?
So this little dick shows up and immediately starts in about Kelly. Mm-hmm. And like you said, he's asking about, is she as good of a first date? And, I'll give her your regards and all this. But he's totally rubbing it in. Yeah. Which is why I think it was a calculated move.
I'll be saying your name while she's going down.
God. And then at school. Yeah. Now he's already upset. And his mom said he was rude all night and she's mad at him.
Yes.
What the fuck does it matter?
What does what matter?
Like, why does Steve being nice to Chuck? I don't understand. I think that this kid isn't saying yes just because he wants people to schmooze him and kiss his ass.
Oh, absolutely.
I think he always intended to say yes eventually because he wants to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he likes being in the spotlight just as much as anyone else would.
Right.
In order to make Steve look good, they have to make someone almost cartoonishly villainous. Right. Because that's what they've done to this character.
Yeah. And so he's giving him hard times at school, too. And some kid at the paper...
Griffin. They actually said his name.
Oh, no, it was John.
John Griffin.
Okay. At the paper, came up with this idea to do a story about the fact that both of those guys are going to the school. Mm-hmm. and the reunion show coming up, and to compare and contrast the two sons of Samantha Sanders.
Samantha Sanders.
Which, for a tabloid, would be a really good story.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know about a school paper. It seems a little inappropriate.
It's beneath the blaze.
I don't know about beneath. It's a high school paper. Andrea seems to think it's beneath them. Brandon seems to think it's beneath them.
Well, Andrea's on the fence.
Yeah.
Andrea gets convinced by John Griffin.
But then Brandon convinces her to give him the story, I guess to make sure it's not as trashy as he thinks this kid would make it.
Right. See, she calls him Geraldo.
Yeah, that's an insult.
A guy famous for having white supremacists like KKK members or whatever and black people on his show, and it devolving into a fight where people threw chairs and then he got his nose broken.
Wow.
Yeah. That was very contemplated.
I just wasn't aware of this.
Oh yeah.
I didn't really get the depth of the insult.
That's right. With just two words, Jason Priestley plumbed the depths of politics and the seedy underbelly of America.
So Brandon asked Chuckie if he can interview him. Mm-hmm. He says something about contacting his publicist.
And he's like, I'll have him send a bio and my PR package over and stuff like that.
And Brandon just kind of looks at him like, what the fuck? So
he's like, I'll have your people call my people.
Right. But he does agree to do the frickin' interview. Now, prior to this, we've seen him hanging on Kelly, hanging around the group, which is just, they have a date coming up. Why is he now suddenly part of the social circle?
Yeah, I don't know.
But, okay. They're doing the interview. Steve comes up. What was he yelling at him for? I remember he had something to say.
No, he came to apologize.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, the mom said to apologize because Steve was rude to him at dinner.
So he came to apologize. He said, I apologize. And the guy accepted and then started like poking at him. He's like, you know what your problem is, Steve?
Yeah.
You know, you're insecure. You're one big open sore. And he goes, look, my mom wanted me to apologize. I'm apologizing. Let's leave it at that.
Right. And then he says, well, you know, people who are adopted tend to be insecure.
Mm-hmm. And very few people know this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like he said, the only people who knew it were
him and his mom, and he told Brandon, I think.
And Kelly.
Yeah.
And then whoever his mom told, obviously. But as far as he knew, it was just those four people.
Yeah.
So he's really confused as to how he knew.
And the guy says, I've known since I was 7.
Now, Steve just found out within the last year.
Yeah, when he was 16.
So, wow, that had to suck. And so he punches him in the face.
Yeah, they get into a fight. He punches him, gives him almost, not really a black eye, just sort of a bruise.
Yeah, not as bad as the black eye you gave me that one time.
Wow.
It was an accident.
Maybe context, so that people don't bust down the door.
It was an accident. We were just laying in bed talking and
just talking.
Yeah. And he rolled over at the same time.
Animated conversation.
As I moved my head, and he elbowed me in the eye.
Yeah.
So hard that I had a black eye and a bone spur. It was there for a long time.
I'm a strong guy.
So, yeah, that sucked. But, yeah, he didn't get hit that hard.
No, he's not as strong as Steve Sanders is as strong as I am.
Yeah. Steve Sanders intentionally punching this guy did less damage than you accidentally elbowing me. It's pretty fucked up.
But anyway, so they go to the principal's office, and the principal, before they get called in, Chuckie's like, hey, there's no reason for both of us to get in trouble for this. So I'll tell you what, I'll do the show if you take the fall.
Now, here's what I don't understand about that. Steve punched him.
Yeah.
This kid didn't hurt Steve physically.
No, he used words.
And I don't know that, hey, he was teasing me.
Right.
Is really going to change things for him.
Yeah, because Brandon says to him, he's like, I got all this stuff on tape because he was recording the interview. You have proof that he antagonized you, caused you to do it or whatever. But like you said, I honestly think if the principal listened to it, he'd be like, okay, so you could have yelled at him back. You didn't have to punch him.
Yeah, I mean, he still was wrong as far as the rules of school go. So pretty much the entire rest of the episode is just us feeling bad for Steve.
Yeah.
He's like...
And his mom.
He's so sad. He's so depressed. He goes home, he's like in his jammies watching old episodes of her shows.
Right.
Falls asleep and has a dream about it.
One of the weirdest sequences I've ever seen in this show.
Yeah, it was like a bad acid trip almost.
Steve in a TV talking to himself.
Yeah.
About where he comes from and where babies come from. And
because he fell asleep watching an episode where Chuckie was asking where he came from.
But he also wants to know where he comes from, and he doesn't know.
Right, because he's adopted. So.
He's hoping that one night there was so much love between him and his mom.
Because that's what they saw in the show.
That it created another life.
Yeah, in this nightmare he's having, Chuckie's snuggling with his mom and saying how I was created from love, not you. You were bought at the baby store.
Right.
That is fucked up. I mean, I understand why he woke up feeling like bad.
I guess.
But he decides he must find out who his parents are, who his real mom is. Mm-hmm. And he says...
His mom in particular. Like,
yeah, he doesn't
really mention his dad, but yeah.
You know what? I think it is because he grew up with only a mom.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, he has a dad, kind of.
His dad's a dick.
Yeah.
His dad's so much of an asshole, we never see him on a show with a lot of assholes in it.
Although his dad is supposed to pay for his college, according to Steve.
But Steve's mom says don't
count on that.
Don't start counting on your dad's promises.
So
promise to love me forever.
And she says that's why she wants to do the show, so she has money for school for him. So it seems like maybe she's hurting financially.
I guess she's got a big house,
and to make up for upsetting him, she bought him a fucking Porsche.
No,
no,
you have no idea what cars look like.
Oh, I thought you said Porsche. Okay, a Corvette.
I never said anything.
Somebody said something.
Kelly said Corvette.
Okay, fine. Yeah, she buys him a Corvette, so it's like she can't be hurting for money that bad. He doesn't want that.
They can afford a domestic servant,
right? Yeah,
they have
that's
a black maid. Just does not send the right message.
No. Yeah, and like when his mom's giving him the car, he looks at the maid and she just shrugs and shakes her head like, I don't know. It's just weird. So he doesn't want the car, and he goes off on his mom. And is this when he tells her what happened?
Yeah.
So he tells her what Chuckie did to him, and basically like how hurt he is about how she's acting like, the show is more important than him and stuff.
Which she is.
Yeah. So she ends up going, when she's supposed to sign the paperwork, telling them she's not going to do it.
Yep.
She calls them out.
Well, she says, how did you know?
Right.
And the agent admits that he told him when he was 7 because Chuckie got upset and was being jealous of Steve, so he thought it would make him feel better.
So stupid. So yeah, that's why she walks away. So, I mean, she does, in my opinion, exactly right what she should do.
Yeah, in the end, sure.
She walks away and tells him he's more important. And apparently it's too little too late.
I don't know that it's too little too late. I just think that he wants to know where he came from. I think they're unrelated.
Okay, he is crying, telling her how, he needs to know who his real mom is. Yeah. Which, ow, knife in the heart, right? And she hugs him and comforts him. And then when she tells him how she's scared that she's going to lose him, he just stands there.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, hug your mother. Stop being a dick.
I understand.
You understand what?
I understand what you're saying.
But I'm saying I don't understand why he didn't hug his mom, why he was being such a fucking dick.
I don't know.
So Kelly decides to stand this asshole up.
Yep.
Because Brandon told her what happened, I think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Brandon told her what happened.
Everybody's like telling everybody, hush, hush, like, hey, Chuckie's a dick. So, it ends up Chuckie doesn't get his show. He doesn't get the girl. It's exactly the right TV kind of ending.
Yeah.
And Kelly shows up at Steve's instead of going to the dance, and they go for a drive. She offers to drive him to Albuquerque,
New Mexico,
because that's where he has to go to find out about his mom.
Mm-hmm.
He is chosen to take a bus. Why?
He wants to leave Beverly Hills behind, he says.
Uh-huh.
To go to non-glamorous, drug-filled New Mexico.
Apparently his mother was very young. her name is Karen something.
Brown.
Yeah, like the most generic name. It's a good thing she had a city, or he would never find her.
Like I said, yeah, no kidding. Find a Karen Brown somewhere in the world.
Who had a baby when she was young.
Like I said when we were watching the show, a lot of this stuff could have been done over the phone.
Yeah.
Calling records offices and stuff like that. Get an address before you just drive out to Albuquerque. Who's to say she still lives there?
Right. Are you just going to go stand in the middle of the city and...
Karen!
Karen Brown. Yeah, he's dumb.
I'm looking for a woman that once gave a child up for adoption after she got pregnant at a very young age.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Do you think he's going to find his mom?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
In real life, I think it's hard, much harder than it's going to be portrayed in this show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he'll find her. Do you think he's not going to find her? You think they're going to leave it where he could never find her?
No, I guess they wouldn't let him get on a bus and head out for no reason. But it seems ridiculous. That's where we're at with him. The only side plot here is Donna and David.
Correct.
So
everyone's teasing her the entire time because they think she likes David. She's like, we're just friends. We're just friends. They go to the party together, the dance together, and they get a good parking spot for some reason. He says it's one of the perks of going to the dance with me. I don't understand why.
Was he the DJ?
I don't know, because he's on the dance floor.
Yeah, no, I guess he's not.
She says, I'm proud to go to the dance with the best dancer in all of West Beverly, proving that West Beverly is the whitest school in America.
Right?
Because I don't know. I don't think he'd be the best dancer in our school.
Right. Yeah, he was scary. I mean, we'll say he's animated, and I mean, enthusiastic, and you know, those are pluses, I guess.
They can be.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. And he gets this look on he looks like he's fucking. That's what his face looks like. He's like very intense about what he's doing.
Well, dancing's a little like that,
I guess.
In ways.
Apparently, because it certainly got her riled up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as soon as they stop dancing, she just grabs him and like gives him the biggest kiss.
Oh, they fully on make out.
Yeah. So.
And then she looks at everybody and goes, okay. And then we see the camera goes to each couple just staring. It's the weirdest moment. I don't understand this at all. It's weirder than Steve's acid trip. And she's like, I like him. And you got a problem with that, whatever.
And then she kisses
you
him
can
again.
Go to hell.
Yeah. What was weird, too, is on the way into the dance. We forgot about this. When they're in the car, they kiss really, really briefly.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Really
he
briefly.
leans in to kiss her. They touch lips for a second.
And then she's like, David.
Right.
And, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, what?
I think she was still struggling with her feelings for him.
Yeah.
Because of the peer pressure. It just never... we didn't have enough show for that to get fleshed out at all.
But, I mean, she's like 1 year older than him. Everybody chill out.
Yeah, a year or two, right? Or
No,
they
it's
all
just
1 year?
1 year.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Everyone is like, oh, look at Cher. Older women dating younger guys. All the rage now.
Yeah.
So funny.
Season 5 ended with them breaking up. Mm. So I'm just thinking to myself, so we've got like 2.5 seasons or 2 full seasons? How many seasons? 3.
Yeah, what?
3, 4, and 5 because they broke up at the end. So they'll have 3 full
Who
seasons
broke
of them
up?
being together.
Yeah, Steve, Donna, and
Yeah.
what's his name?
So this is the start, and then they've got 3 full seasons of a relationship with no sex. You would not guess that from this kiss.
Sounds like the last 3 years of my parents' marriage.
Aw. That's sad. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the episode. We'll have to see what happens with Steve and his quote-unquote real mom.
It really offends you, doesn't it?
Yes. I'm offended on behalf of his mother, yes. I think that was really, really mean.
His poor mother.
I mean, I know she's been a neglectful and terrible mother, but, she's still his mom.
Yeah. She bought him a Corvette.
Right? Which he won't drive, so whatever.
You're breaking your mother's heart. All right. Well, that is our episode for the week. Carol, tell people things.
You can write us at latefee1994 at AOL.com.
Do it.
And you can leave us the stars on our lockers. And,
You should do that, too.
Tell your friends and all that stuff.
Yep. Give us a nice little written review if you want to. Shove that into the locker.
We would love that.
Give us stars.
All the stars.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. We will talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.